swear, every single time that we think that Wendy Williams' ex, Kevin Hunter, couldn't possibly go any lower, it's like he goes out of the way to prove that he can, indeed, go lower. And if he keeps going any lower, he's going to discover oil. For those who don't know, Kevin has been in a fight with Wendy for more than 2 years now because he wants her to keep paying him alimony. When they got divorced back in 2019, they had an alimony agreement that said that she had to pay him a certain amount of money every month. However, there was a catch. Under the terms of the agreement, she only had to pay him that money if she was still employed on the Wendy Williams Show. If she left the show, she was no longer legally obligated to pay him a cent. Kevin signed this agreement, but he probably assumed that it didn't matter because Wendy was going to be on the Wendy Show for a long time. Well, unfortunately for him, Wendy was let go from the show as a result of her poor health. Under the agreement, Wendy soon stopped paying Kevin alimony, which soon sent him into a financial wreckage. As it turns out, he and his boo thing, Sharina Hudson, were completely dependent on Wendy's alimony payment to fund their lifestyles because neither one of them was employed. And get this, they didn't save or invest the money they were getting from Wendy either. So when she stopped the payments, they immediately went broke. At first, Kevin tried to intimidate her into paying him, saying that she owed him the money and he was entitled to it, blah, blah, blah. When that didn't work, he went on and on about how he was broke and needed the money, about how life was hard for him, blah, blah, blah. He said, "I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. The fact that I am unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely urgent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living." But that didn't work, and the next thing he did was sue her to try to get her to pay him. But the judge just laughed him out of the courtroom. But Kevin hasn't stopped fighting for what he believes to be his money, even though he signed the paperwork that she no longer had to pay him if she wasn't working. So why on earth is he out here still crying? Well, things took a turn for him when Wendy's guardian sued him about 2 weeks ago, claiming that he owed Wendy more than $100,000 in overpaid alimony. See, because Kevin couldn't keep his mouth shut about him being owed money, Wendy's team had to go over their financials to make sure that they had all ends covered. And that's when they discovered that they had actually overpaid Kevin by 2 months. See, Wendy stopped working in October 2021, and according to Kevin himself, the payment stopped in January 2022. So that's about 2 to 3 months of overpaid alimony that Wendy's guardian is now trying to get back, and they are taking Kevin to court to recover their money. Considering that Kevin is broke AF now, well, let's just say that Kevin is about to be in some terrible situation. And to nobody's surprise, he isn't taking this well at all. And he is now accusing Wendy of being brainwashed by people around her, including Blac Chyna, and insisting that nothing good came out of the documentary that Wendy recently starred in.
All of you miserable and women on my page are going to be very mad. But for the smart people who understand the plight of, I'm not trying to play victim. Again, I take full accountability. A lot of y'all still don't know what's going on, and you still won't know what's going on. And as per the documentary that you just saw, which was whatever, I knew nothing about it, you still don't know what's going on. And guess what? There was nothing good that came out of that. Nothing good came out of the documentary. So I don't know what was this display for. All of the people that were involved, the celebrities, half of them were involved in enabling her. So Blac Chyna, you need to go sit down before I air you out and let people know what you really did. There's a lot, but I'm not here for that. Listen, you miserable women, please stay off my page. Just stay off my page. Pray for the people that's involved. Pray for my ex-wife. Pray for Wendy Williams Hunter. Pray for Wendy Williams. Pray that for the family. Pray for everybody that's involved. And whatever I'm out here doing and whatever people think I'm doing, guess what? If I don't go out here and do it, who the is going to, what we going to do? We're going to just let everybody, whatever the display is, whoever's in charge, they clearly don't care. So, and I've been minding my business. I've been doing what I got to do to make these announcements that I'm about to make to show that I am working hard. I'm going to keep working. My legacy is not over. Whatever I have to do for the legacy, that still includes my entire family, is still not over. My son is looking. My daughter's looking. My lady is looking. Everybody's looking now. So at this point, if you don't really care, if you still caught up on that geometry or that news about whatever, you don't really see what's going on here, the real plight, then okay. But please, I'm going to ask you to please refrain, you women, refrain from my comments. Refrain, go get a life, go get a man, go get some just go do whatever you need to do. But please stop worrying about Kelvin.
Child, it's giving bitter energy because why on earth is he so bothered by it? Fans believe that he's just bitter because he wanted to be in the documentary but wasn't allowed to. And honestly, that's low-key the kind of vibe that I'm getting here as well. Plus, the fact that he dragged Blac Chyna specifically is interesting because not only is Chyna super close to Wendy, but in the documentary, she and Wendy talked about Kevin a bit when Wendy seemed to wrongly believe that she was still married to Kevin.
Because even when I was going through my darkest times, like, you never used that against me. You know what I mean? And that's how you know that the love is like genuine and it's always gonna be there, you know, and I'm always be here for you, like straight up. You could call my phone whenever. I'm so serious. And I think I'm gonna be back and forth from New York, so I'm gonna be coming to see you more.
Well, my real name is Wendy Hunter.
Hunter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm divorced.
Yes.
He's got no money.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why Kevin is so salty about this, it's that reports had it that he was low-key trying to get back with Wendy after he went broke because he wanted her money. He had gotten dumped by Sharina, he was broke, had to sell off his house to pay a part of his debt. Mans was desperate. And allegedly he was already getting through to Wendy and was about to win her back when people got in her ear about him and the reconciliation never happened. Allegedly, Blac Chyna was one of such people, and that's why Kevin is so bad. Fans slam him to filth for trying to be messy, and they said, you shouldn't be talking. You betrayed the woman who loved you. To you who put on the map, you should have felt bad about what it did to Wendy. Not the same Kevin that had a baby on that lady while still married to her and bought a home for his sidekick. And why is he coming at Angela? Doesn't he have other issues to worry about, like returning the overpayment that he received from Wendy? Child, Kevin really should have sat there and ate his food because now he is getting dragged for filth all over Beyonce's internet, and it is embarrassing. Anywho, y'all let me know how you feel about this video, then check out this next drama.